Welcome back to the C-Space studio with me, your host, James Kotecki, here at CES 2026, and we are here with a returning guest, so happy to have him back, President of Advertising Sales, Marketing, and Brand Partnerships at Fox Corporation, Jeff Collins. Thanks for joining us again.
Great, thanks for having me here, James, appreciate it.
Okay, so Fox Corporation, let's just define the scope of the brand and how you're defining it here at the beginning of 2026.
Yeah, I think, listen, we look at it largely through an advertiser's lens, right? Because that's our job. And what we hear repeatedly from advertisers is what Fox Corp represents to them is just the very best in world-class live sports, news, entertainment, and streaming. We have these amazing fandoms across all four of our different verticals. And really, that's what our advertisers come on in for. Okay. So much of our content at Fox on the linear side is viewed live. Big live events. 98% of our content on linear is live. And we couple that with the very best in streaming, which is about 65+% cord cutters and cord nevers. So for our clients, what Fox really represents is this amazing opportunity to get scaled reach, but also incremental audiences for cord cutters and cord nevers.
So I heard you say four things: sports, news, entertainment, and streaming.
Yes.
But all of those first three things could theoretically also be streaming. Right?
Very true. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So then, what is the combination, or I know silo is probably not the right word, but like, how do those things interact then? So when you talk about those first three things, you're talking about linear television experiences. Then, am I correct?
Yeah, exactly. We have world-class sports properties with Fox Sports, Fox News, and then Fox Entertainment on the broadcast side. Yeah. That's the part where very vast majority of that, 98%, is viewed live. And then of course in the streaming side, much of that is on demand, and Tubi is really what stands out there for us and allows us to, again, reach those incremental audiences we're not getting from live viewership.
So how are you defining success right now? How are you measuring it, and how are you working towards it?
Yeah, success for us, we're successful when our advertisers and our clients are successful. So in large part, we're blessed to have these amazing properties that perform incredibly well for our clients, and then being able to quantify that back for our clients. Technology has completely revolutionized how we can do that. And what's great is not only have we gotten a lot more technologically advanced using data and tech to measure campaign results, but our clients and our advertising agency partners have gotten a lot more advanced. So now we're able to really quantify the value of not just digital media, which traditionally was a little easier to quantify, but also traditional linear media and the value that that brings across full funnel metrics for all of our clients. So when we look at success, it's really being able to help our advertisers define success for them and really drive their business forward.
When you talk about how much easier that kind of quantification is getting, do you see that trend even just year to year, like even from last year to this year when we talked? Do you see these significant leaps happening? Is it accelerating pretty quickly?
Absolutely, and certainly AI has been an accelerant for both sides, for us and for our clients and for our advertising partners as well, and allowing us to do much quicker analysis of the data to be able to optimize in real time as opposed to providing post-campaign reporting like has historically happened with linear.
So you can do the analysis, you can optimize in real time, and then you can make changes kind of on the fly? Is that
exactly,
how it works?
And ultimately all of this just leads to better performance for our clients.
How much is the human in the loop for those kind of real-time conversations? Because you think about the analogy of an autopilot in an airplane is like, sometimes it's better to just let the autopilot do its thing, and you actually, the best human decision is to kind of let the machine make those judgments. But how much is the human in the loop for some of the things that you're talking about?
Yeah, the human is in the loop for any decision making that's actually happening, but we utilize the AI to do a lot of the analysis and be able to surface up results and recommendations to humans to be able to act upon, and to our clients to be able to act upon as well.
Yeah. How about brand safety? Is AI helpful there too?
Tremendously. Traditionally, brand safety was a pretty blunt instrument. You use keyword blocking. So if you had a sports article around a basketball game, the word shot, that whole article would be blocked because it would be perceived as being dangerous or violent relating to a gun violence, right? What AI has really done is allowed us to analyze context and the context of words as well as the context of videos in a much more effective way. So we're partnering with new partners like Mobian, who uses AI, particularly in the news space, to be able to take a look at the context of the actual content that we're putting on and understanding if that's going to be not only brand safe, but brand suitable for a lot of our clients.
So that speaks to a world where the brand safety conversations are happening in real time, the advertising decisions are happening in real time, and then from an advertiser's perspective, what do they buy from a programmatic perspective in terms of what their expectation is? Is it like, I know you're going to insert me into the conversation at some point, but you can eventually, now or in the near future, trust that I'll be inserted at the right moment in that conversation. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, exactly. That allows us to be able to really do dynamic ad insertion where we can insert their ad into the right particular piece of context that's relevant for their creative message, right? So think food content for, say, a CPG product that's advertising a food product.
How about influencers? How are influencers fitting into the mix for how you think about advertising?
Yeah, at Fox Corp, we've made a tremendous amount of investment into creator-led partnerships and content over the course of the last year. I think we've probably been the most aggressive company out there. We've done it in each one of our different verticals. We've done it with Fox Sports, Fox News, Fox Entertainment, as well as on the Tubi side as well. We look at it sort of different by vertical because there's different benefits by vertical. If you take something like Fox Sports or Fox Entertainment, what creators and influencers do is allow us to really extend the value of our IP. We have these amazing moments, right? We broadcast these amazing moments, but now we could actually extend the conversation around those moments further into the future with influencers and with creators. That's sports and entertainment. On the Tubi side, if you think about them, they own the distribution and the platform. So bringing creators into that platform has allowed them to reach whole new audiences and expand the advertising and audience base of Tubi.
To really continue to be part of the conversation for a brand or an advertiser throughout the entire length of those moments, as those moments happen and then as they echo throughout the conversation.
Advertisers want to be associated with the IP in the moment, but they also want to be part of the conversation after that. They also want to be able to reach those incremental audiences that we're able to provide with those platforms. So it's really a win for everybody.
Do you think of what you're doing as building community? Is that a term that resonates?
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's what Fox has always really historically done is, if you think about the different verticals we have, they're inherent to building passionate fans and communities. Yeah. Of course, everybody thinks of sports automatically, but Fox News has done an amazing job building a community of folks that are very passionate about the news and the news business. So these communities are not only important to us because they're super engaged in our content, but they're incredibly important to our advertisers because they're not only engaged in our content, but they're very engaged in the advertising as well. I'd also add to that media in general has become increasingly isolating, and we consume a lot of media on our own devices with algorithms that are designed for us. Yeah. Being able to reach communities when they come together to share passions together is more important for advertisers than ever before because so much other media is very isolating.
One thing that we've talked about here in the C-Space studio over the years that I've done it is streaming and how streaming has evolved and how it's evolved with advertising. What's your sense of where we are right now in this evolution story and where we're going as far as advertising and streaming platforms?
Yeah, I mean, first off, we've always been very proudly ad-supported, right? Tubi started as an ad-supported platform. So we've always believed that ads belong in the streaming space. The beauty of what happens within AVOD and within streaming is it opens up really the best of both worlds, where you're able to get all of the granular data optimizations that digital normally provides with the sight, sound, and motion that linear has historically provided. So it really provides full funnel opportunities for our clients to be able to plan campaigns across streaming. It also allows for new advertisers to come on in. So if you think about small and medium-sized businesses, historically have not been in linear national advertising. It's prohibitively expensive. They're looking to reach smaller audiences. Ad-supported streaming allows them to reach those smaller audiences that are custom for those particular brands, thereby expanding our overall advertising base.
I want to end our conversation by maybe synthesizing some of the different threads we've talked about: technology, community, isolation, bringing people together, with the concept of trust. Because trust is something that when people talk about media or just institutions generally, we see trust is going down, maybe. And people want to rebuild that and rekindle it, and we all obviously crave, I think, that. So tell me about your perception of how brands and advertisers can help to build and be part of that trust.
Yeah, I mean, certainly by being part of the communities that we foster. We know our audiences trust the platforms and the talent that we have on air tremendously. We see it in study after study that is the case. So our advertisers have an opportunity to be part of that. In terms of building advertiser trust ourselves, a lot of it just comes from being consistent with the results that we're able to deliver. And at Fox, again, we've been very blessed on a like-for-like basis. Out of the last 20 months, we're seeing 20 months of audience growth on every single month. That consistency allows our advertisers to have faith and have trust in us that we're going to be able to deliver results for them moving forward.
Well, Jeff Collins of Fox Corporation, thanks so much for coming back to the C-Space studio. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, no, thanks, James. Thanks for having me.
Please come back. And we hope you come back and join us as well for more conversations in the C-Space studio. This is CES 2026. I'm James Kotecki. More conversations are just ahead, so please stay with us after this short break.